Turn me up. This is
coming to you from the heart of the Pacific, brought to you by Paulie by Design.
respected at all times.
Broadcasting from San Francisco, California, the city by the bay.
It's about to go down.
We shine on positive Pacific Islander role models every Sunday.
Party on a Sunday.
From 10 a.m. to noon, it's time for the iconic Faika Podcast with your hosts,
Listening to
Naki and Carl.
What's up, Nike?
What's up?
Show's up.
Yep.
It's our fall's here. It's getting cool. It actually was cold yesterday at a certain degree. I saw you all bundled up.
I was cold.
The times are changing. We're getting away from our 110, 115 degree days.
Yeah.
Into the fall, season 5, episode 48 of the Faika Broadcast. Let's see, what do we got today? We got our check-ins. We got Snacky with Naki we're going to go over. We have two Pacific Islander fighters that fought at Bellator 266 last night at the SAP Center in San Jose. Both of them won in impressive fashion. So big night for Rhythmic Catalyst and big night for a Pacific Islander Samoan kid who fights not under the Rhythmic Catalyst banner, but under the Bellator banner. So big night for Bellator, big night for the PIs there. Also, there was UFC Fight Night last night. I don't think there was any PIs on the card. We have our check-ins.
Yeah.
And that is our show today. Naki was good.
Good morning. Good morning to Jeanette Neves checking in on Facebook.
Good morning, Jeanette.
Our vet, Bang Bang Niner Gang. That's right. Sonic. Good morning, Sonic. Look, y'all, I got new hair. I got tired of being bald, so I got me some new hair. So I'm trying it out this week. I could go lighter. I could go shorter. You never know what I'm going to look like next week. So there you go.
You're not going to go pink, though, right?
I may go pink because y'all know pink is my favorite color. So there you go. Thought I'd shake it around for Maury. She's like, shake that hair, girl. Hi, Sonnet. We got to have her in. We have to have you in. So hit me up. We'll pick a date.
What's that?
Sonnet, she's a singer. She's an artist. She's a beautiful singer. We've met her. Actually, I think the first time or a couple of second times was at Jean's barbecue in Oakland.
I got you.
Yes.
Her going away party.
Sonnet girl, hit me up.
That's right. You got such a good memory.
I know. That's all I have.
That's when you learned that you had a weenus. We were at that park and you found out you had 2 weenus.
Yes, there you go. So this week so let's see. What did I do this week? This week I got my port. So my port, a port is like this little, I have a picture of it. So I should have brought it. I have a picture, well, not a picture, but I have this little port. So when you get chemo, they put this little thing into your chest, and there's a long wire that connects to your main artery, one of your main arteries.
Yeah, this is when you get chemo, it's going to be done intravenously. So to spare you every time you go in from them having to put an IV in you, make it more convenient and less painful, in theory, they stick a port, like a hole in your chest. And that's really what it is. It's a hole in your chest that connects to your artery so that they can just access the port to give you the chemo, to do blood draws, to all those kind of things. So a lot of cancer patients, because of all of the pokes and jabs that they're going to get, will get a port, and you keep it as long as you need it. And when you don't need it, you get it out. And that means what? That means cancer-free, right? Cancer-free.
So your girl is cancer-free. So I figure the port is out of me. I go do my nails. I went and got a mani and pedi. I got my eyelashes on. So I said, I'm going to get me some hair. Someone got me some. Good morning, Melody. Melody's checking in from Melody. San Jose. Melody girl, call me. I need you on the show. Anyway, so I went and got me some hair, Melody. Look, girl, I got me some hair. So I got my port taken out, and that was Friday. And it's a real easy procedure that I went into. Yes, pink hair. I went into the office, and they cut me open right then and there, and it hurt. Like the shot that they give you to numb your chest, that hurts so bad.
The shot.
They stuck me a couple of times around my chest, and then they they shoot you, and then he goes, it's gonna burn for a little bit. Like, I wanted to cry so bad. I was like, why am I not knocked out for this procedure? I was like,
Why
can
am I awake
you
for
knock
this?
me out? I was like, oh my God. So they numbed me up, and he, like, Mo was in the room. So he,
Yeah, I was talking to Mo, and
yeah.
he was like, they did it right in front of me.
I know. Mo was like, oh my God, I just was like this. He had his phone in front of his face, so he couldn't watch the doctor cut me open. He's like, I seen the hole, and he was stitching, and I felt the whole thing. I could feel him pulling on my skin and everything. It was kind of gross. So afterwards, he says,
we're off to a running start
I know,
with our show
it's
today.
fucking gross, right? It's early. It's early. You haven't had breakfast.
So hopefully everybody
Drink
has
your
eaten
coffee.
already.
Drink your coffee with this storytelling.
If you haven't eaten, you probably won't want to for a little bit after that story.
So good morning, JT. Rhythmic Catalyst. Congratulations.
We are going to talk about
We're going to show video of our guests last week. Bobby was in the studio, and so he did really good last night. So I got my port taken out, and then they're like, oh, go home, take some Motrin after an hour, because when you get home after an hour, all the meds are going to wear out. I'm really weak. I take Advil, and I'm high all day. So I didn't feel anything all day until like 1:00 in the morning. I woke up, and that's probably when the meds wore off. I was like crying. So I had to take
back to the pain.
So it was really good. I mean, it was good. The pain medicine was good. So I got drugged up, and then I was
off. They give you good stuff?
They gave me really good stuff.
So you're not talking a couple Advil here.
No.
You're talking good post
port
extraction.
Yes. So I'm happy to get my port out. I'm grateful. Like Carl was saying, the port was my friend during chemo. It helped me get my meds. Thank you, port. We love you, port.
You played your role. Now you can go.
You can go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So that was this week. My doctor took me out because I'm still in a little pain. So he took me off until Tuesday. And so I'm heavy on the meds this morning.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting show.
It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show.
Good.
You'll never know what you get.
We already got some weird stuff. So
yeah,
we're off to a good start.
Last week was my birthday weekend. And so, the whole month of September is my birthday.
It's still your birthday?
Yes, it's still my birthday. And so the kids.
Does anybody else get a birthday in September?
Yeah, Mo, his birthday is actually tomorrow. My husband, his birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday,
he gets like 8 hours.
He gets a small window in September.
It's a small window, and he gets it. So last week the kids cooked lunch, dinner, Mena. And then
what do you get? What's your I know your family gives the whatever it's your birthday, whatever kind of cake you like, whatever food you like.
Yeah,
what have you gotten?
I'm not really.
You haven't got crab yet?
I did have crab yesterday.
Know it.
Yeah.
I
had crab yesterday during Snacky with Nacky. But yeah, Mo barbecued. I wanted chicken, so he barbecued chicken, and the kids like ribs, so. Yeah, I know. Barbecue chicken and ribs, taco salad, and I think that's it, right, Mena? Yeah. My Maury's on. Good morning, Maury. So that was last week, and then we did Snacky with Nacky yesterday, which we're going to show the video, which we never do. We're going to show the video
later
after our break. We're going to show the video, so stay tuned, and then I'll post it after the show. I'll post it after the show. So there you go. And then we did Snacky with Nacky, which was really good. The girl, she had me crying anyway. And so what else happened? Huh? Oh, Snacky with Nacky, kids barbecue. Yeah. New hair. I got new hair. Yes.
It's a big week. You had a big week.
I had a big week. I had a lot going on so when I went yesterday to go get my hair that I paid for.
Not
so
get
it's
your
my
hair done, but get your hair.
Get my hair. All week I was telling the kids, I'm going to go do my hair. And they're like, okay. And if you know me, I've got like 2 strands. And so I've had a hard time with hair. I don't know if it's a girl thing or whatever, but I used to have like really long hair and a lot of it. So to go from lots of hair to nothing has been really hard on me. So I decided to go get me some hair. And then this is Malo. Good morning, Malo is checking in from the hospital in Oregon.
Is that doctor approved?
Where is that doctor?
Is he doing the right thing?
Did the doctor say you can have your phone? I'm gonna have to check.
I'm
gonna check in.
What hospital are you at?
Right. Good morning, Malo. Feel better. Rest. Stay off the second floor. Inside joke. So there you go. I think that's it for me. Oh,
Wow.
We're working on our backyard. So Leah Boasa, who is Flip It Girl on Instagram, please go follow her because her work is amazing.
I love the video she put out this week of the table she made for you.
She got these tables for free and flipped them, and you have to go see what the work that she's doing. So she's helping, or she actually is redoing my backyard, and Mo is actually going in on my backyard today, cleaning out stuff and pulling weeds.
Is that a happy birthday for him?
His birthday is tomorrow, so he can do
suspicious.
He can do fa'als today. He can do chores. He can do honeydews. That's what he's doing.
All the way up to tomorrow.
Honeydews until midnight. Midnight is his birthday. So yeah.
That evil laugh.
I
had
know.
too much fun with that.
So Mo is doing honeydews this morning in the backyard because I'm trying to get my backyard done before baby shower, before wedding, before everything. So there you go. And then I had a crazy week, and I'm grateful for everything and all the shit that I've been through, that I'm still here to work your nerves for the rest of our lives. How about
that you look directly like you. That wasn't like a figurative thing.
Yeah.
Like, no, you literally mean I'm gonna work your nerves.
Your nerves, yes. You and Mo is like the top of my list. Oh, yesterday we went to go watch Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings.
Mm-hmm.
This is my second time, but I wanted Carl to go see it. So we went to go see that yesterday and got a little popcorn with our butter.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Naki likes a little popcorn with the butter.
With my butter.
Not a lot of popcorn.
Yeah.
But
just a
little
bit. So that was my second time watching it. I highly, highly recommend that you go watch the Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings movie. There you go. That is my top pick for 2021.
Late in the year too. That's not like saying that in February.
Yeah, no,
you've seen a lot.
Yes, and it's the number one movie in the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And
I see why.
Yes, Malo's in the hospital. I have to send him a bootleg copy. Malo, look out for the bootleg copy. Yeah, so that was my week. How was yours?
My week was busy.
Yeah,
I've been displaced from my home office, so I work from home, and I have what I would call my fortress of solitude. I can close the door, get away from everybody. I've got my own TV. It's a man cave, but it's a home office man cave. I got booted from that because we're redoing the floors. So we're redoing the floors across the entire house. I was able to.
It looks pretty.
It does. It looks amazing. I was able to get them to start on the other side of the house.
Nice.
And then work their way towards me. But they worked faster than I thought. So we're redoing the floor. It looks like hardwood floor, but it's not actual wood. It lasts longer. It's easier to maintain. It's a darker color than our light tile that we had. There was a recessed area, a step down area in the front room. We actually leveled that out. We had them level that out so it's all one. There's no step down in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it makes that look way bigger.
Oh, really?
And then we also took out our fireplace because we don't use our fireplace. One of my sons has a respiratory condition that we've been in there since 2005. We've never had a fire. Never had a fire in there. And then we were just like, it's just taking up space. It takes up a whole corner of our living room. So we had that taken out, which actually taking the chimney out means you got to replace a piece of the roof. So we spent a little bit of money getting all this done.
A lot of bit of money.
But I got displaced from my office. So I've been kind of homeless around the house. I'm taking conference calls and Zoom calls. And I was in my car, actually. We had a interview with... I can't remember. It was Lucia, but I don't remember what organization she is with.
USC.
USC.
She is the media newspaper person.
Ah.
There you go.
And that's not like a little high school. That's the University of Southern California.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we, that was a good example. I was sitting in my car when we took that interview.
Yeah.
Which we should talk about that. That was fun.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. I went. So the deal was, and to give you an idea how much money we spent. The rule was that Nicole could have her floors. She could have the fireplace removed. She could do whatever she wanted, as long as I got to get an obnoxiously big TV.
There
so
you go.
I went to get an obnoxiously big TV, and the first one was an 85-inch TV.
Holy!
But it's too big. We can only sit 11 feet away from the screen.
I was going to say, Mo loves the sound of that 85.
Yeah. Well, I did too until...
Where did you go to find an 85?
I went to Best Buy, and then I price matched to things online. So Best Buy will price match. So I got the TV that you normally would get online without any service and without any information. So I was kind of the best of both worlds. I found a guy that was the guy. So when you go to buy something that you're not really knowledgeable about, when you go to Best Buy, you can either get the person that knows where the departments are and doesn't know, oh yeah, the TVs are over there. Or you get the guy that I got. So the guy, his name is Michael. He works at the Citrus Heights Best Buy. I can't say enough about this guy. He knew everything about everything. Any question that I had, he was able to answer. Also made it easier for me to purchase. But so my original choice was 85 inches. I came home, measured it out on the wall, and sadly to say, it didn't make sense. So
how many inches did you get?
75.
Whoa.
So I downsized to a 75. It's still obnoxiously big, but it's not quite as obnoxiously big as I thought it was going to be. That's a fun time. In there looking at TVs. Got a better picture. It's a clearer picture.
Nice.
At 75 than it is at 85.
And where is it going?
It's going in that front
Next
room.
Old office?
No, the front room when you come in the house you like a U-turn to the right.
Yeah.
That's the new living room.
Okay. Where the fireplace is?
No.
Oh, what's that?
When you come in the front door and then you make a U-turn to the right, so everybody's like, what the heck are you guys talking about?
Yeah. Okay.
But the living room's moved. It's going to have a stupidly big TV. I'm going to enjoy it.
Nice.
And what else? And then we went to the movie yesterday, and I will second Naki's assertion that this is an amazing movie. There were points in the movie where I was like, okay, I know what's going to happen. They're going to do this, and then the dad's going to do this. And then I was like, oh, no, none of that happened. So, yeah, it was just a really good movie. It's so new that I'm not going to put any information out there that would be spoiler type information. Special effects are amazing. Storyline's good. A big portion of it happens in San Francisco. So, I'm looking at where are they at? Oh, they're on Bush Street. They're on California.
It's kind of cool.
That was cool where, you're able to relate to. If you're from the Bay Area, you're going to be able to relate to a lot of the scenery.
You're going to love it.
In a big portion of the movie. But great, family lines, lineage lines.
It's
great
pretty cool.
Story,
Really good storyline.
Yeah, great storyline.
Love it.
Let's see.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Nope.
Well, the other piece, and I don't know if we're going to talk about it. We can talk about it later. I jumped down a rabbit hole of a missing girl. That story out there. I think we'll talk about that later, right? We're going to talk about Bellator first.
Whenever you want. Yeah, Bellator.
Let's talk about Bellator. So we had Bobby Saronio III here last week. And it was one of those things where you look at a lot of the video and he just has all the skills.
Yeah.
And when I watched the Bellator fight, I watched the fight this morning. And there's a funny story with when his fight was going on. We'll talk about because we're actually in the theater. I watched the fight and the announcer said that Bellator tried to sign him 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And the dad, who was here last week, said he's not ready.
Oh, nice.
So they waited. He had 4 amateur fights. He sharpened the skills a little bit, and he ended up fighting last night. Another thing I wanted to point out is, so usually you have somebody who an organization wants to sign, they put them up against somebody that they expect them to win against, right? So somebody making their pro debut that is highly sought after, they're not gonna match them up with a cupcake that they're just gonna roll over.
Yeah.
But they're gonna match them up with somebody who they can build off of.
Right.
Right. So they ended up switching up. His opponent didn't come through. So they ended up switching up another kid, Socrates Hernandez, who is an amazing kid. That kid is a great fighter. He was supposed to make his pro debut. So both of those in the fight game, you would think they'd have a little bit easier of a fighter in their pro debut. Well, their fights fell through. So you got two incoming stars, and both these names will be big in Bellator. Socrates Hernandez and Bobby Cerrone are going to be big names.
Right.
But they end up fighting each other. So they've got an extremely tough fight, their first fight.
Yeah.
Tougher than they probably would have had they not fought each other.
Yeah.
And Bobby was just dynamic. I mean, the takedowns, huge slams, just picking the guy up and dumping him on his head. Socrates was, a game opponent. He was really strong. He looked huge. We were looking at the thing on the screen.
He looked pretty big.
That guy,
I thought he was like a lot bigger than Bobby.
He looked a weight division up.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked bigger than Bobby. Wasn't necessarily stronger.
Yeah.
But he looked a lot bigger.
Right.
A lot of heart. And, go watch the fight. It's on Bellator has it up. That's how I saw it. I saw it on Bellator. And, last round he fought through. So this was the funny part. The credits roll as we were at the end of the movie yesterday. And I immediately get on my phone to find out if you won or you lost. I figured the fight had already happened.
Yeah.
I get it. And I look and I show it to Naki and I'm like, is that him? And we caught the third round.
Yeah.
Well, the entire third round, he's fighting off. He's in a choke.
He's
the
in a
guy's
choke.
choking him. And so I'm twisting and doing things like, you need to clear that leg. And so we're sitting in the seats watching the fight. And then everybody leaves. We're still watching the fight. And then the fight ends and we're waiting for the fight announcement. And then the people come in, literally the people that work at the theater.
Yeah.
Come in and they want to clean everything. We're like, I guess now we've got to go. So we're walking out and we don't even get off of the steps. And I can hear, I'm watching the video and the reaction, and he wins. He wins a decision. Yeah. Badass lay, by the way.
Yeah.
Whoever got him the lay, we've got to find out where that lay came from. A great lay. He wins a unanimous decision. So at the time, I didn't know he had dominated round 1 and 2.
Yeah.
We just saw round 3, and I was like, he might have lost that round. It's hard to say. It's really close. It was a unanimous decision. He fought a great fight.
Yeah.
And fought a really tough opponent for your first debut.
He did really good. We were super proud, and I was texting JT going, oh my God, congratulations. And so it was really good. And it was we were so proud. So I was like, ooh. And then also Abraham Weissau fought and he fought earlier. He fought before Bobby did. And Abraham's one of those fighters that, he's coming in and he's going all out. He's not one of those that are going to sit around and try to win a decision. If Abraham gets to the point where he's in a decision, it didn't happen the way that he wanted the fight to happen. Yeah. And he ended up, it was in the first round. Yeah. Matter of seconds. Yeah.
He did a great job.
He did do a good job, and he won purple. He wore purple. So in the weigh-ins, he wore purple Ia Lava Lava, and then he wore purple at the fight too. He was doing in honor of Jada Tofayono, who passed away from gun violence in San Francisco. And Abraham is a local boy. He's from San Francisco. And so, of course, Jada is his family. And so he wore purple and wore purple Ia Lava Lava during weigh-ins in honor of Jada. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, there
and then he won. Yeah.
You're seeing the video of him last night. And jumps on the cage, celebrates with the crowd, and that is in the SAP Center. I think they had an attendance limit on the people that could be there because of COVID. So it wasn't like, when you and I were in there, it was packed to the rafters. Right. I mean, every seat was taken. But I think that's why, and here's a shot of the right hand that shook him, and then you got the killer instinct to finish the fight.
Yeah.
But I think that there's fighters that do better with a crowd. Like you can see Abraham loves the crowd.
Yeah.
Like he plays to the crowd. And I think Cass Bell does too. We saw him fight.
Cass.
He lost his last fight. It was in a quiet stadium.
Yeah.
He didn't have Team Green
with him.
with him. So I think there's a different dynamic with some of the fighters.
Yeah.
With a big crowd. Some it doesn't matter. Some,
Yeah.
hey, I can
Whether
hear my
there's
coach better.
somebody there,
I'd
yeah.
rather do it that way. And then
Yeah.
other fighters are just, they feed off that crowd.
Right.
But big night for Rhythmic Catalyst. They've
Yes.
been working with Bobby.
Big shout out to Rhythmic
I didn't know his
Catalyst.
nickname. His nickname's the Humble Warrior.
That makes sense.
That just is fitting
perfect
for
sense.
the young man that we met that sat in that chair.
Yeah.
The Humble Warrior. Because I didn't know. We didn't know his nickname, or we would have used it last week.
Right.
When they announced him, I was like, oh, yes, that is 100% correct.
He did a great job. So big shout out to Bobby and Abraham and Rhythmic Catalyst for a huge night for them.
Yeah.
And Bellator 266. So congratulations to the whole team.
I remember JT had said this is a pro debut 2 years in the making. And then so when the announcer was saying that, I was like, I get it. They wanted this kid 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And Dad, good for Dad, said, we're not
ready.
Because I think a lot of parents would just say,
go.
It's the big time.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And, all paid off. Everything went the way it was supposed to last night.
Yeah, he did really good. So the humble warrior. Yeah. Sister Pauline is on. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook.
And congratulations to Seronio Karate, Seronio Fight Management, his dad's team, because that was, you
huge for them.
You wouldn't be able to tell. You watch him. He's obviously got a karate stance, but then his takedowns, and he picked the guy up over his head and dumped him on his head. I was
awesome.
That's a dynamic athlete.
Yeah. And his dad is a humble warrior too. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense. How about that? Anything else on your week? We can go to break.
That one,
yeah. That was good.
Hang out with your hairy head yesterday.
No, say that again.
Oh, hairy what? Before we go, I got me some Sunga time yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Sunga is my dog.
That is one of my highlights of the week. Was the 15 minutes I got to spend on the couch with Sunga, and she hung out. Normally we hang out, we do our thing, and then she takes off.
Mm-hmm.
And I had got up to do something, came back, sat down, and she jumped back up. And I was like, I got me my Sunga time yesterday.
Yeah, Sunga is our husky that we got. She's a rescue dog. And so we've had her for...
She rescued you.
Yeah, she rescued me. She did a great job. Well, this week we super spoiled her because we caught up on all her shots and she got her nails trimmed. So she got like 5 shots.
She got her petty done.
She got her petty done, and so we spoiled her. She was spoiled this week, and so it was an extra special visit when she seen Uncle Carl come through the door. So, she's spoiled. She's spoiled.
She's spoiled every week, by the way.
Yeah, I know she is spoiled. So that is our check-in. We're gonna go to break real quick, right? Timena, we're going to play Sunshine by Leilani Wolfgram, which is one of my favorite songs. So you're listening to the Faika Broadcast. We'll be right back.
Say whatever you want to, I'd hear it anytime. Slowly I've been falling into this state. You say, I bet, save me. Lately I've been smiling the real kind, but baby, you're real kind. It's so kind of like the sunshine. Kind of on my mind. I got a mind to use you. You're good. Good time. Really good time. Really good time. It's rainy without your touch, and baby, I miss you much. You're like the morning rush, wakes me up. later at base, I'm blessed. This could be effortless. Already is like the sun shine. Kind of on my mind. I got a mind to use your good. You're good time. Kind of like the sunshine. 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 Sunshine, shine, sunshine.
And we're back. You're listening to the Faika Broadcast. I am Naki. This is my new hair. Carl is in the studio.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning from Naki Carl and her hair.
And our producer, Mena. She's in the background.
Good morning, Mena. Let's see. Essence of Mana is offering free classes via Zoom. It doesn't matter where you're at because it is virtual. You just got to be willing to commit to the course, which is 12 weeks long.
Yeah.
For more information or to register, you can hit up Lulu Masina at 415-243-6328 or El Masina at healthright360.org. They also have Talanoa Tuesday every week at 7 p.m. hosted by Sister Nani Wilson and Lulu Masina. Check out all their episodes on the Essence of Mana Facebook page.
Yeah, they this week they didn't have a guest, but they spoke about their program and what it's about, and so check them out on the Essence of Mana page. How about
Every
that?
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
That says a lot because doing a show every week
Tuesday
at the same time
Yes.
ain't easy.
Thank
Not
you.
in the long term.
Thank you, Pauline. Pauline, I love your new look. You may not see it next week. I may have it. I may not have it. Who knows? So yesterday, was it yesterday or Friday?
It was Friday.
Friday. We did Snacky with Naki. So we went out to dinner. We were trying to go to the Dead Fish, but it was like crazy busy. And I thought I could walk in, but I couldn't. So
and you're impatient.
I'm very
Let's just
impatient.
make that clear. That there's not going to be a point where Naki waits in line for 2 hours.
Well, I was willing to wait in line, but then when you see the hostess, her podium said, no walk-in mofos. So
you people with
left.
No patience can't come in.
You people that didn't make a reservation, you can't come in. So we left and then we just went to another restaurant. And so, hi, Lena Manulelu is checking in on Facebook. Good morning, sister. And so we did Snacky with Naki. Well, this is what happened. We were really just going to go eat, me, Mo, and Miley. And so after Dead Fish, we left and went to another restaurant. And so when we sat down, our waitress came over to talk to us. She was super nice. And I was like, she walked away. And then I said, oh, we're going to do Snacky with Naki. And Mo goes, you feel it? I was like, I feel it. And so then Leigh is cracking up. And so I didn't have all the money with me. And so Mo left to go to the bank to go grab the money because he went to go grab. I don't carry $620 around with me. And so Mo left to go get the money and then he came back. And so then we talked to the girl And and a little bit background, not the whole story. She was very sad afterwards. She told us that she was having a bad day, and she made us all cry.
So
and
you felt that you got the vibe from her, not the sad vibe. But you just got the vibe it was the right person.
Yeah, I got a vibe. I don't know why, but God gives me this vibe where it's the right person. And so I'm so grateful that we did tip her, because after the camera was off, she talked about she was having just a bad day and was sad. And so, yeah. So Minna's going to play the video and then we'll come back. Huh, Minna? Can you put it bigger?
That's good.
I have a podcast, and I ask people for 50 cents during the week, and wherever I go eat, at the end of the week, I tip my server whatever I collect.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you've been super nice and really good, and our food was really good. So this week I collected $620.
Are you serious? It's all right.
I'm gonna tip you since I
Are you serious?
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
You deserve it. You deserve it. Can I count it out for you?
Yeah.
Okay. One. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No matter what's wrong, you gotta stay strong and know that everything will be alright. Sit back and cool, do what you do.
And the feeling was right.
Yeah.
Are you feeling it? You were feeling it, and you found the right
Yeah.
person. That's what I love about
Yeah.
Snacky with Nacky. We've driven around for hours, literally 5 hours one time.
Right.
Got out of the park, got out of the car, went in the building, and went,
No.
feeling that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And and when we ended up that day, we found the right person.
Right.
And so to be just in the restaurant, not actually planning to do it, and then just get that feeling, that vibe of like, this is it. Like I need to do it.
I totally, like, when I sat down, we totally were not going. We just went to go eat, and then just a vibe that I got. I don't know. We always say God leads us to the right person. And so that's what happened. And she was so sad. She said she was having a rough day and was so sad. And so we were just grateful to be there at that time, at that place. And so it was, and I want to thank everyone. Like, this is not our money.
Right.
This is all of you that have given 50 cents and more. People have given more than 50 cents to Snacky with Nacky. And we are just the messenger. We take the money and we go to deliver it for you. And I love that it is a community effort. It's a gift, literally a gift of love from all of you. So thank you so, so much for the tip. And you can see how it blesses 50 cents. See, I always say, see how 50 cents blesses someone. And it totally, each time it does. And I know everyone has a story. Everyone has a story. And so we're just grateful to tip who we tip and to be where we're at. So,
and it's not 50 cents only. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying, the reason I make that point is if it were 50 cents a piece, that's like 1,200 people that you're carrying the love and the gift from 1,200 different people to gift that one person.
Right.
That's the power of, that's what the big thing is, like, the community, right? That's the community coming together for one person.
It is.
If it were one person, that's 1,240 people that you're carrying that gift for.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's people that give way too much. They give $50 and $20 and those kind of things. But the whole point is that this is everybody's gift. That all Nacky's doing is carrying it.
We're just carrying it and delivering it for all of you. And so we did round 15 and 16 this month. And so in total, we've tipped people $1,340. This month we've tipped. So all of us have tipped people $1,340. So I can't even tell you how grateful and blessed it is that we get to work with all of you to do Snacky with Nacky. So thank you so much for everyone that's given. We appreciate it. And something we thought that we would be tipping people $50, $100 turned into this crazy amount, like $620, like $700. It's crazy, and it really makes my heart happy. So
it's kind of like it's the gift that you can tell touches people.
Right.
The money obviously is a big deal, but
yes.
it's the thought of like some stranger is just gifting me this.
Right.
And that could be $100 or $1,000.
Right.
A stranger's just randomly saying, here's a gift from a bunch of people that you don't know, you haven't met, you don't even know about.
Right.
And somehow they're able to, affect somebody. And and sometimes the people we've talked to change a piece of their lives.
Right.
Like that one lady, it was rent. I think that was the person that we had driven 4 hours for, was having, we found people at exactly the right moment.
One lady didn't have enough for her rent, and we tipped her.
And she immediately broke down because she knew exactly where that money was going to go.
Yeah. So I love that, everybody. It started with me snacking, and then it turned into this thing that just has its own legs.
Now it's a thing.
Now it's a thing. So thank you, everyone that donated. We appreciate it, and God bless you. Yeah.
What do we got?
Go ahead.
Let's see. No, you've got Coach V.
Oh, we have yes, we do. We have so Coach Viliamu, who has his own show, is hi mom. My mama
Good
is
morning,
mama,
Auntie.
look at my hair, ma. Ma, look at my hair. She didn't even see it. Call me later. So Coach V, who is on Island City Media, Island City, you have to download the Dash Radio app and search Island City. Monday at 7 p.m. is when Coach V is on, and he's a motivational speaker. He's an inspirational guru. He's
mentor,
just a mentor,
kind of a life coach in a way.
That's it, life coach. He's crazy amazing. Go check him out every Monday at 7 p.m. He goes live on his Facebook page, and then you can find him on Island City.
Very active.
Very
active on social media, and does a great job.
Yeah, he does a great job. And then
who knows? Maybe we'll land him one day.
Yes, we will. We should talk to him. But yeah, that's his show. Look for that on Monday at 7 p.m. And then, of course, go download the Dash Radio app and look for Island City. Q, who is Brother Q, has a morning show every Monday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So check him out. There you go. Joey. October 28th, Nana Entertainment presents Thirsty Thursday at the Royal Kava Bar in Utah. They'll have Siosi, our very own Reno on Hawaii, Rin and NJ. This is an 18 and over event. Get your tickets by reaching out to the artists or go to Royal Kava Bar's Facebook page, Instagram page, or go there and buy your tickets.
It's great to see the young ones out there chasing their passion,
yes,
following their dreams, doing what they love.
Yeah.
And when I see, especially Reno,
yes,
out there on tour in a different state, and just doing it. Good for all the examples that they're setting.
Yes. So yeah, that's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
So I jumped down a complete rabbit hole this week. There's a young lady missing, came up missing, I think in Wyoming at the Grand Teton National Park. So there's a thing called van life. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay. So van life or overlanding, not so much overlanding, but van life or camping life. There are people that just get in a van or an RV and that's where they can have a YouTube page, and there's some of these have hundreds of thousands and millions of followers. So they just travel around, they camp out, they do, but they live in their van and just travel from campsite to campsite. Gabby Petito is a young lady who came up missing. So her and her boyfriend were in a national park, and he shows up back home in Florida on September 1st without her in her van.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything.
What the fuck?
He didn't say anything. And then on September 11th, her parents finally are like, well, like she's a missing person. We haven't heard from her. And you would think that, like, how are you going to solve that? Right. It's just, she just ended up missing in a national park. The fallout of this is just, it's like a phenomenon. Like there's a whole Reddit page dedicated to this. The guy lawyered up. So the guy gets back without his girlfriend, drives her van over 1,000 miles to Florida. I mean, they were both traveling in it, but it was in her name. Doesn't report her missing, doesn't call the cops, but hires a lawyer. So all of the things are like, dude, you look all kinds of guilty. You look 10 shades of guilty.
Yeah.
So he makes no statement, and he's staying at his, he's at his house.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns up that on Friday, the police go there to make contact with him, and he's not there.
Now he's missing.
Now he's, quote, missing. So then there's a, the family of Gabby Petito have issued a statement that said, look, Gabby's missing.
Mm-hmm.
Brian's running. Like, there's a difference. He's not missing. He left on his own, and we can't find him. He's running. She's missing. So, where does it all lead? There was actually a Reddit page that was going through the footage from the national park they were in, like different cameras they have in the public areas, frame by frame, and they were able to find her different dates. So the whole thing of like the last time they were seen was here, and then he shows up in Florida on the 1st. But now all of these holes are being plugged in by a couple came forward and said that he was hitchhiking and they picked him up. So they're able to put that date in the timeline and the time and what he was doing, what he was wearing. They've got footage of like them walking away together at a certain date from like a bathroom. So they're able to put that in there, and then they get the cell phones and they track where the cell phones are. So they haven't closed it yet, but you can tell like this is, I don't know about solved. I don't know if they find Gabby. Hopefully she's still alive, but it's doubtful. More days go by, it's more doubtful it is that she's still alive. But it's just to see, the Reddit page go through footage and find, all these things to help the police fill in the blanks. And the timeline is really getting filled in now. Now they've got it narrowed down to like a 2 or 3 day period where they think the murder or whatever happened took place before he headed back to Florida. So I don't know. I haven't checked where they're at right now, but it's like each day there's a new development between, now they're looking for him in some place in Florida, some state preserve. But I don't know. That's on the word of the parents.
Yeah.
So the parents said, oh, he's heading to this one place. And I don't know. Can you trust the parents? Because the parents haven't said a thing.
Yeah.
So I think the thing that stands out the most to me in this is if I'm innocent of it, right? I don't want to go talk to the cops. I don't want to, I'm going to lawyer up, but I'm going to release something that says I didn't kill her, and I didn't have anything to do with why she's missing. I'm not going to go in any further than that, but I'm going to proclaim my innocence. He's never done that. He's never released a statement and said, I didn't have anything to do with her disappearing, or I didn't kill her, or any of those kind of things, which makes me think he's going to try to work a deal later. Like he knows this is all going to fall apart. Eventually he's going to, end up facing the music. But it's been a crazy kind of internet sleuthing detective kind of thing that has been fascinating to watch the fallout of when a
young white woman goes missing, the media goes crazy.
Loses their minds.
Well, I wish this Reddit would do the same thing for women of color. Like, why don't you do a whole post about the women of color that go missing in America? Like, you would think that most women that are missing in America are white. That's my 2 cents. This shit pisses me off because whenever a white woman is missing, the news goes crazy. Well, media goes crazy.
Pretty young white girl, and I hope they find Gabby alive. This is not to demean or diminish the focus that's on Gabby. It's wonderful to have that.
Yeah.
Could we have more of it for other people? It's like the
women of color.
The girl in where was it? It was the island. Like she had gone to vacation on an island, and Vander whatever got convicted of something, but she disappeared in some vacation area,
Switzerland or something. I don't know. Some
pretty young blonde girl
off out of the United States, and we go crazy over
horrible
her missing,
thing.
which I totally feel bad for her family.
She was never found.
She was and I totally feel bad for Gabby that has never been found. But women of color need the same news media, need the same hype. Like there's Anaya Blanchard, who is missing. You don't hear about her. You don't see Reddit doing a whole thing about her. Like there's tons of women of color. Okay, let me just read this. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Women Children, 613 people reported missing in the U.S. last year. 60% were people of color. 60%. You never hear about that. You would have thought that all the people that are missing are just white. No offense. And what upsets me is that we never hear about the missing women of color. Right. We're always looking for the blonde, blue-eyed. And of course, don't get me wrong. For them all. We're looking for you. But we should be looking for all people of color. I get it. And I feel for her family. I would die if one of my kids went missing, totally die. But I would want the news to go off about my child the way that they're going off about somebody else's child, because, I don't know nothing about this story because I don't know nothing about this story other than you brought it up this morning, but then it got me burning like, okay, what about, so-and-so, Anaya Blanchard? What about, who is this? Kimberly Arrington, LaQuanta Riley. Like these are all women of color that we hear nothing about, nothing. So I'm empathetic about the people that are missing, but we never hear about women of color missing because it doesn't make the news and people don't care.
It's a good example of the concept of saying Black Lives Matter, right? Well, all lives matter. Well, all missing people matter. So missing people of color matter. Now be a good example of, we're not saying that missing non-minority people aren't important. We're not saying that. We're saying we need the same focus that we have with
women of, I don't know, women that aren't of, I don't know what the word is, but we need the same news crackdown as we give white women. We need to give the same for people of color. Yeah. That's my 2 cents. That just pisses me off that the news media does hype up all these.
Natalie Holloway.
Yeah.
Natalie Holloway was the name of the vacationing American that Joran Vandersloot was accused of killing in Aruba. That's where it was. In Aruba. But why was the name Natalie Holloway so well known? Why is the name of Joran Vandersloot known? Because it was a missing blonde hair, blue-eyed young lady, which we should be looking for all blonde hair, blue-eyed.
We should be looking for everyone, but not just highlight one race. Right. Like, I mean, I feel like that's the road that you see on the media because,
And I thought about that as I was been on a bunch of different message boards looking at this kind of, just with interest of the phenomenon. Mm-hmm. Like, well, look at this. I mean, this is crazy. There's literally millions of people now looking for this young lady. And to me, I was like, well, where would be the where would be the reasoning of why this is so big? And I can't find it.
Right.
I can't find like, it's big because Oprah came out and, you know what I mean? Like it's big because, I don't know, because there was a high profile murder that was involved. You know what I mean? Like there's not anything to me that triggers why this is, such a big deal. I think that people on Reddit would look into another person's murder if it were blown up like this. You know what I mean? Like if it was all over the media like this, I think people on Reddit would be like, hey, let's get involved. But they don't hear about, you know what I mean? Like there's not that spark. And I can't find what sparked it other than what we think it just feels like. Right. And it feels like this is a young, beautiful white girl. And for some reason that strikes the heart chords of American media more than it does if it's not that kind of a victim. And again, that we're not saying we don't want her found. We're not saying
definitely
anything. All the people that are
Right.
looking for her continue to look for her.
Yes.
And hopefully she's found alive.
Yeah, it's awful when a child is taken away. Any child is taken away or not seen from their family. And she's somebody's daughter, somebody's granddaughter, somebody's sister. But there's so many women missing, and I get upset when we're just highlighting.
You know, what's also crazy is just before, like a week before she went missing, they were pulled over by the Utah State Police because they were swerving. And so they pull them over, and it's young white kids, right? Like, there's nothing done.
Yeah.
And he's got marks on his face. So there's evidence of domestic violence. And they didn't arrest anybody. They got him different hotels, split them up. And so had they arrested the guy or her, because there's evidence of, like, and she said, I hit him.
Yeah.
That's why they were swerving. So she is admitting to domestic violence. There's evidence of domestic violence on his face. Like, why, if I'm the family of Gabby Petito, I'm asking, why didn't you arrest? Why didn't you do something at that point? Would she still be alive had they done something different? And then, the whole color question comes into question there of if that were,
sad.
a Hispanic or a Black or PI or Asian kids, and there's evidence of domestic violence and there's an admission of domestic violence, would they just get him different hotels and let him go? Maybe not.
But I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know. I hope she gets found or the family gets closure. I think that's what people that go missing, like the family just wants closure. Like, you can't let a mother wonder for the rest of her. I don't know. I would just die. I would die if that happened to me. And I can't imagine what Gabby's mom is going through, or all the mothers that are missing someone. It's just, they need closure, whatever it is, whether she comes home, whether something else happens.
The barrier, whatever, have some closure to it.
Right.
So I guess there were a bunch of people on the sidewalk in front of the house with signs that are saying, Brian needs to say something. Like, if the last time you saw her was at this mile marker and you guys got in a fight and she got out,
left her
and said,
or whatever. Yeah.
I'm not going with you because how many people have gotten a fight in a car and said, just stop the car and let me out? You know what I mean? So
Me.
if that happens, then say that. Like, I don't know where I was at. I was about 2 hours outside of Cheyenne or something, but that's the last time I saw her. And I literally didn't call her and I drove straight home. Okay. They can start from that mile marker. They can start from that, but he said nothing. He hasn't said a word about any of it.
It's so sad. That whole situation is sad. And I hope they find her no matter what.
Yeah.
Or give the family closure. That's really all anybody that's missing their family just wants closure. Or what happened? Why did this happen? Or where is she and why is she there? Just give the family closure.
And it's crazy to me that he could be at that house and then not be at that house. Like, what?
Huh?
He was at the house. He was at the
parents' house?
Yeah. And then
her parents' house.
His parents' house. And then he's there and there's people and media out in front of the house saying, hey, you guys need to make a statement, help the police, help the investigation. And they're camped out there 24/7. And all of a sudden the cops go into the house where the attorney gets a hold of the cops and all of a sudden the guy's not there.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Just feels like it wouldn't happen that way if it was a person of color. If Brian was brown, they'd have been arrested.
He'd have been arrested and held until he came up with the right answers or whatever. But yeah, so I hope they find her and bring her home, because that's a mother's worst nightmare. That's a mother's worst nightmare. So there you go. Anything good happened this week?
I got a 75-inch TV.
Oh my God.
That makes the whole week.
I know. And Mo's birthday is tomorrow. So I don't know.
Yeah, he should get a new TV.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's getting a new grandbaby. So how about that? He gets a grandbaby. That's actually all our birthday presents and our Christmas gift
that is the
for
gift.
The whole year.
That is the gift.
Yeah. That's our gift. So there you go. Anything else, Mena? Did we hit everything, Mena? Koviki talk. We may or may not. we may or may not have Koviki Talk tomorrow because my guests have not confirmed. And so, which is fine. There's a lot, the people that we have on for Koviki Talk are like community leaders. They're
they got a
freaking
million
doctors,
and other
you know what I mean?
things, other
Right.
things to do.
They have other things to worry about than Koviki Talk. But,
But Naki stalks them.
I
and
stalk
haunts
people.
them and
Yeah.
texts them and inboxes them, and then she gets them
Right.
on the show. So
Right. Yeah. That literally is how it works. I inbox you, and then if you don't respond, I find your email and I
text
email you. Then I get somebody who has your phone number, and then I call you. And so you pretty much,
You get on the show just to get Naki off your butt.
That's it. So we may or may not have Koviki Talk tomorrow, but normally we are on Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and we go for an hour. And this past week, Carl went on, and he had Dr. Kalani Lukela Rafael, Dr. Reno Samoa, and Manumalo Alailima. And he was by himself because I was running around. I don't even know what I was doing. I had a dentist appointment, and then I'm getting a root canal, by the way. I'm a mess. Folks. I had a dentist appointment, and then my daughter had a flat tire at 5 o'clock.
And that takes precedence.
That's
the priority.
So yeah, it was a really good show. They went over the numbers for Oregon, and so it was a really good show. You got to go check it out. Go to our Facebook page or our YouTube page and check out the Koviki Talk episode with Manu Malo, Dr. Rafael, Dr. Samoa. It's a really great interview. They're funny. They're hilarious. Those doctors are funny anyway. So yeah, it was a good show. Check it out. How about that? Oh, and then go check out Leah Pawasa's page, Flip It Girl, where she's flipping tables for me for my backyard. She's doing redoing my backyard. But all the stuff that she's flipped are beautiful and amazing. So go follow her Flip It Girl page on Instagram. I'm trying to get her to 500. That is my goal, 500 followers, and then we'll move on after that. But let's get her to 500. Share her page.
I heard the feedback that some of the followers were saying is they'd like to see her face more, so they get more of a connection with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's, that is much easier to connect with a face, right?
Than a table.
So
but
good to hear the feedback.
Yes.
That's what the followers would like to see.
Yeah. So there you go. I think we're all done. Stay tuned next week. I may be a blonde next week. So
you might be a pink.
I might be a pink, whatever I'm feeling. So there you go. I think we're all done. Catch us tomorrow. Normally, we're on Koviki Talk at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Wednesday, we're on Island City. Download Dash Radio app, search Island City Wednesday at 10 a.m. What else? And then Koviki Talk, we're here every Sunday at 10 a.m.-ish. Come back to FICA with us.
Love y'all.
Say whatever you want to, I'd hear it anytime. Slowly I've been falling into this state. You say, I bet, save me. Lately I've been smiling the real kind, but baby, you're real kind. It's so kind of like the sunshine, kind of